Yeah, we'll start with a starting prayer from Varuni.
हरि सर्वोत्तम वायुजीवोत्तम
Hari Sarvottama Vajivottama.
श्रीमन्मध्वमते हरि परतरा सत्यं जगत्तत्त्वतो
Mattvamati Hari Paratanaha Satyam Jagat Tattvato.
भिन्ना जीवगणा हरेरनुचरा नीचोच्चभावङ्गता
Bhinna Jivaganam Hare Nichocha
मुक्तेर्नैजसुखा भूतिरमला भक्तिश्च तत्साधनम्
Muktirnaicha
च
Sukhanubhuktischatitsadhanam.
यक्ष यक्षादितृतीयं प्रमाणाखिला आम्नायैकविद्यो हरिः
Yakshayam pramana khila aika vidyo hari.
हरि सर्वोत्तम वायुजीवोत्तम
Hari Sarvottama Vajivottama. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. In today's Bauddhic topic, we'll talk about approach for Srimanyayasudha. So, on account of Sri Jayateertha Aradhana, which is today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, 24, 25, 26. And whenever there is a great saint born, the great saint are born not because of the karmas, they are born because of blessing all of us to put us back into lot of sadhana margas. So, see, Jaitirtharu is one among those who blessed us with clarity on Madhva Shastra Dhyana. So in this today's Bauddhic, we'll try a baby step approach because neither I am a Nyayasudha Pandit, uh, nor I have studied myself or yet to start Srimanyayasudha studies in my life. But why we are talking about this is just to understand what the approach that typically been taken for Srimanyayasudha. So to begin, like who don't want to do Srimanyayasudha and who don't want to really like waste their life without studying about Madhva Shastra. I think most of us really are interested to get jnana, sadhyana of Srimadananda Tirtharu and also study Srimanyayasudha in our life because tatrapi janma shatakotishu manavatvam and then brahmanatvam, then madhvaratvam. So being a madhva, it is our basic requirement that we should study Madhva Shastra. But that also has to be blessed by God only, because if I want to study tomorrow, I cannot be able to do it unless there is a blessing from God and His Sankalpa. But we all should dream for studying Srimanyaya Sudha and try to make this Janma a great sadhana Janma. So here we are trying to simply put across how exactly this particular Srimanyaya Sudha study journey goes on. So let me move on to the next slide. So if we want to do systematic study of Srimanyayasudha, to begin with, it needs a preparation. So we'll explain what does preparation means. And then second most important thing is selecting guru. And only Sanatana Dharma gives option or opportunity for selecting gurus. In most other communities, there is no selection of guru. Guru is decided already. So selecting guru is very important. And then preliminary text, like what all things to be studied before Somebody starts with the Srimanyayasudha study. And then what is the systematic study looks like? And then what should not be missed at all? Like should not be missed on regular discussions, attending any Srimanyayasudha Mangala programs, or any Srimanyayasudha discussions or slokas. All these things are very important. Seeking clarifications. Sometimes what happens is we feel that we understood everything. In most of my cases also, I feel something I understood very well. But when we seek clarification from gurus, we get to know that what is the different way of understanding that, what is really right or wrong. So seeking clarifications and clarifying doubt is most important thing which should not be missed. Consistent revision. Continuously it has to be studied. Like it is like continuously one has to be like like brunga they call it, right? Around flowers, how the honey bee will always keep on rotating every frequently and gets the core content to form honey. So we have to be continuously behind Srimanyayasudha and its related granthas to understand and then be doing revisions of those. And then last but not least, applying it in life by certification or by getting a title of Srimanyayasudha scholar or etc. Probably maybe we are half done in our journey, but applying them in life, giving those Madhva Tatwas and adopting them and solving problems of others and then making them also put under sadhana marga are most critical things that the society would expect from us. And not only that, that is also part of our sadhana. So the preparation is very, very important for anything that we do. So what does preparation look like? Let us take a very high level understanding of it. So the basic knowledge has to be there. Like why we have to study Madhva Shastra, what is Dvaita principles, and what was the teachings of Srimad Tirtharu, knowing at least names of Sarva Mula Granthas, and then knowing specially about Anuvyakhana, Brahma Sutra Bhasha, these two things which form later studies of Srimanyayasudha, we need to really have at least basic understanding or concepts of those in our mind. And we should be convinced about the Dvaita philosophy and the great work done by Srimad Tirtharu by giving the right dhyana to people and for doing Sajjana Uddhara on this earth. And Sanskrit knowledge and reading practices of Sanskrit Lipi is most important because Sanskrit is the only language which has several meanings for simple, even a single character. For example, what is meaning of va, what is meaning of sa, what is meaning of ka. Everything has several different meanings, apply different context, and they all talk about Lord Vishnu at the end. So having Sanskrit knowledge, grammar hold, and then reading practices of Sanskrit Lipi is most important for anyone who begins this particular study. And then scriptural familiarity. So understanding scriptures of Vedas, Upanishad, and Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutras, these are all very, very important for us because they give different perspectives and knowledge, and then what Lord Himself said in Bhagavad Gita, etc. It will give so that our confirmation on the studies and the confirmation on what Srimad Tirtharu and Sri Jayateertharu are telling becomes more firm and firm. So we don't get confused or we don't get lost somewhere and come back with confusions. So that will be avoided. So here another small list that has been given, like we have to begin with Vyakarna, understanding Sanskrit, and then Pramana Chandrika, as Chalari Achara says, the Pramana Chandrika is for Balanam Bodha Siddhaye, means they feel that whoever themselves thinks that they are like very babies in Vyakarna or knowledge or Tarka or understanding the way how to interpret things and knowing Shabda Jnana, for them they have specially designed Pramana Chandrika. So this has been written by Chalari Sheshacharya. And then advanced one is Pramana Paddhati, which is written by Sri Jayateertharu themselves. And then Dasha Prakarana, which will give idea of different the paramathas that they call, right? Like 21 different matas who came and then tried to tell the Brahmadhyana or Brahma Sutras information in their own interpretation ways. And then how did Srimad Tirtharu did khandana of all those things and then proved that Dvaita Siddhanta is the most purest knowledge on this earth. So that kind of different details also we get so that we know what we are telling, what we are studying and how it does khandana of other mathas and everything. Tarka Granthas, Tarka is very, very important and Tarka holds very great position in our Dvaita Siddhanta. And in Sanatana Dharma, Tark was given lot of importance. And if you see Pramana Chandrika, if you see Pramana Paddhati, we definitely will appreciate the importance given to Tarka. And sometimes we feel that our kids are missing learning Tarka in their childhood because otherwise they will not be having any basic questions in their life. For example, uh, two pots made out of mud are different, like Jiva Jiva Bheda. When you take two pots, how they are different from each other because they both constructed from mud only, and same mud is been taken, same person is preparing it, and there's a same workshop where they are preparing it. Then why it is different? They are both are same, they look alike. Like that kind of confusion comes, and how to remove those confusions? The Tarka Granthas also give lot of ways of thinking, that is which is very important. And then Tattva Prakashika, and then going to Srimanyayasudha. This is the approach that I have heard from scholars that they normally follow, and then with which they try to get into understanding of Srimanyayasudha. Putting across in little bit more professional way. So basically, one should feel that one should not study any Dharma Grantha without help of Guru. Guru Krupaya only, Guru Karunya only will give Satphala. We may study, we may become scholar, but most of the time, the granthas or what we studied will not give us sat phala. They may give phala, they may give some property, they may give some money, they may give some status, they may give some panditya where we can keep on debating and proving that we are scholars, but it will not give satphala. It may not even give very good phala to our society as well. So we may end up being a wrong model. And you can imagine a person who is scholar, and if he is a wrong model, the entire society will collapse because everybody look upwards for role models. And if those role models themselves are wrong, for others, it is very easy to deviate by concluding that, okay, they only do like this, why we should not be doing it. Uh, when I was when I was very young, when we used to have confusion, like, okay, in houses of big scholars, houses only, like they don't follow certain things, why we have to follow? This question used to come. And then always our gurus used to quote a thing saying that Kali Pravesha always happens in big role model house itself, so that others can be easily fooled around. So if the role model himself is taking a wrong path, then all common ordinary people will easily confirm that the wrong path is not bad. They have to follow it. So hence, without Guru, we should not attempt of studying these things because Guru Karunya is very, very essential, and finding Guru is also most important. Studying under a knowledgeable teacher or a scholar who has mastery over Srimanyayasudha is very crucial. And today we find there are large number of Srimanyayasudha Pandits. There are large number of Pandits who are subset of this large group who are still dedicating after they became Sudha Pandits. They still dedicate themselves for continuous study, continuous jidnyasa on Srimanyayasudha, continuously going and asking questions. And they even sometimes say themselves that they are also learning from newly passing Sudha Pandits certain things, the way how they understood versus how did they understand. long back. So these are the right gurus whom we should approach and get the knowledge. They can guide us through complex concepts and interpretations. Sometime interpretation we feel it's very easy because we may know Sanskrit, we may know Vyakarana, we may know some grammar, and but it may not lead to what exactly Srimad Ananda Tirtharu intended to say. Because here the end goal is not to become scholar in our own way. End goal is to really understand what Srimad Ananda Tirtharu has told us. What is the way how they have interpreted certain things? That is most core. Follow the structured curriculum and instruction provided by gurus. That's most important. There is no systematic syllabus which is designed that you do 1, 2, 3 to 10 chapters. You are done with it. But it has to be followed by structure provided by gurus, because guru is the one who has insight on our abilities, insight on what we understand, what we digest, what we cannot digest. Based on that, they structure the curriculum, which is most important. Today we see that we are very adamant that, like how our public school exams and all happens, right? We want to continue study for say 12 years, and then we should be passing the examination and then call ourselves as graduate or something. That's not the way how Gurukula or this Guru Shishya Parampara goes. Guru knows that, like anybody else, you may not be able to complete everything by 12 years. He knows that you cannot be even required to study for 12 years. You may be required to study only for 6 years, and you'll be able to be passing the knowledge. So hence taking help of Guru is very important. Preliminary study, introduction to Nyayasudha, we have to understand. Begin with the simple commentaries, like the way how commentaries work, how introductory text works to Srimanyayasudha, and then take that path to understand. And read ancillary works. Like basically, one important thing that we have to understand is the style and approach of the author is most important. Why they are telling things in that particular order, why they did the Mangala Charane sloka like that only, why did they conclude the entire write up with certain slokas are most important. My guru used to tell that when I was studying Sri Mahabharata Tatparnirnaya, they used to say that why they are saying Narayana Paripurna Gunanavaya sloka. Why it is the starting sloka? Why only Narayana Paripurna Gunanavaya? Why not Krishnaya Paripurna Gunaya? Because there is no avatara bheda. Why only Narayana has been taken? Why only this sloka is put in the beginning? Why only the concluding sloka again talks about Narayana? That become because the Mangalacharya sloka and then concluding sloka together, and the subject that is in the middle of the any book will conclude what is the core intent of the book. When you understand that, Mahabharata is not talking about stories of Pandavas, not talking about bad habits of Kauravas, not talking about Bhishma, not talking about anybody, but it is talking only about Hari Sarvottama and Vaijyottama. How did Srimadhananda Tirtharu say like that? Because of this approach. So these approaches and style of gurus and the authors have to be understood very well. Otherwise, we may be misguided. So other steps that we said that we should not be missing is regular discussions, study groups and circle forming, seek clarifications, consistent reading and revision, and applying these thoughts in our life are most essential. If we don't seek a place for applying thoughts in our life, most studied stuffs will remain as a knowledge and it is not a practical stuff. So hence, whatever we study, even in our corporate world, we say, if you are studying Java, let us write few programs in Java. Otherwise, you will lose that particular knowledge. If you take a communication program training, you have to apply those simple principles of communication into your day-to-day life so that your clarity in talks, your understanding, how to start the discussion, how to conclude the discussion, how to understand audience, everything will be practically done. Otherwise, they all will remain as a knowledge and we may not get satphala out of these things. So this is how exactly I just tried collecting some information from scholars. In many of the aspects, I may be wrong also because my buddhi is very small. Um, and if something that need to be added to this, or you have any other comments or any things that need to be added, please try to help us by providing comments in our WhatsApp channel or group. And why did we take this topic? Because modern world, many people want to do these kind of studies or they want to understand our dharma, Madhva principles. But because of materials not being available, they rely upon something that is available by Anya Dharma and then follow that very easily. So at Madhva consciousness, we are trying to put as possible effort from our side. We are Alpadhyanis, but still, whatever effort that is God inspired to us, so that we create assets for our Madhva Siddhanta, where somebody can start from here and then take really a right approaches in the later stage. So with that, we'll go for an ending prayer. Anagha or
Here is not there. We can start.
yeah. So I will start myself. Hari
Okay.
Sarvottama Vayu Jivottama.
Hari Sarvottama Vayu Jivottama.
श्रीमन्मध्वमते हरिपरतरः सत्यं जगत्तत्त्वतो
श्रीमन्मध्वमते हरिपरतरः सत्यं जगत्तत्त्वतो
भिन्ना जीवगणा हरेरनुचरा नीचोच्चभावं गताः
जीवगणा हरे रनुचरा नीचोच्चभावङ्गता
मुक्तिर्नैजसुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिश्च तत्साधनम्
मुक्तेर्नैज सुखानुभूतिरमला भक्तिश्च तत्साधनम्
यक्षादित्रितयं प्रमाणकिला आम्नायैकवेद्यो हरिः
भिक्षादित्ययं प्रमाण अखिला नायैकवेद्यो हरिः
हरिसर्वोत्तम वायुजीवोत्तम.
हरिसर्वोत्तम वायुजीवोत्तम.
Yeah.
At 7:30, the daily Madhva Shakha will continue. Thanks to Madhav sir. Thanks to everyone. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Sarve Janaः